Hello, everyone. My name is Richard, and welcome back to the Power Sports channel. Comment, like, and subscribe. This video is going to be about the Arizona Cardinals, first preseason game of 2022. I was very impressed. I know that for a lot of people, it's the preseason. Who cares? I do, because it can at least show you who might be worth being that backup, that third string backup. So that's what's most important. I'm going to do my best to make sure that this is kind of a short video. I know I say that a lot, but I'm going to do my best. So the very first thing I want to go over is I'm very happy that they won. And I am sorry that this video was not done last night. But I started working my second job, and by the time I actually got off of work, it just got crazy and I couldn't do it. But yeah, so the Cardinals wound up winning the game, and I am very happy about that. I'm going to start off with wide receiver Greg Dortch. I was actually very pleased with his performance. I do believe he had 4 catches for 53 yards. And then when it came to kick returns, he had 89 yards. That's all I was hearing the entire game. Greg Dortch, Greg Dortch, Greg Dortch, along with another wide receiver that I'm going to bring up later on in just a minute. I do hope that we keep getting to see awesome performances by Greg Dortch. I was listening to the game on the radio as I was working. What I heard, I do believe he made a catch while also being tackled by 3 guys at one time. So that is truly awesome. I just want him to keep flashing, keep showing that potential. Once again, I do understand that this is a preseason, but these guys are fighting for their NFL careers every single preseason game and every single regular season game. And if they don't stick here with the Cardinals, hopefully they show enough tape to be able to stick with another team. But yeah, I am very happy with Greg Dortch, with what I saw. I'm also very happy with the quarterback, McSorley. I do believe that he played the game very well. It sounded like he was reading the defenses really well. He threw for a touchdown, which is awesome. He was rushing the ball, which is truly great. Getting the ball out on time and just getting it to the right people is what's most important, And if he's great, hopefully there's a spot for him at quarterback, as a backup behind Kyler Murray, Colt McCoy, and then right there, McSorley. Oh, and once again, if he doesn't make it with the Cardinals, hopefully there's another team that'll be willing to give him an opportunity, whether that's on their practice squad or just on the main roster, which is perfect. Alrighty, now let's move on to the next bit of information. Once again, I'm very happy with Greg Dortch. I'm very happy with McSorley. Andy Isabella. Andy Isabella had a great game. I really want to say that. He had like 4 catches for 57 yards. It just seemed just like with Greg Dortch, you just kept hearing Andy Isabella's name. I'm just glad that Andy Isabella was finally able to just show something, because when you draft a wide receiver in the 2nd round, you're hoping to get more than what you got. You were hoping that you were getting a guy with speed, breakaway speed, but also the ability to impact the game. So I could have anybody being fast, but do you impact the game? Because you can easily get to the wrong spot faster than this guy over here. But still, can you impact the game? Are you where you need to be? I don't need any fast fools. I need you to be fast. I need you to get to the spot where you need to be, impact the game. But I definitely feel like he had a pretty good game. I just want him to keep flashing that, and hopefully it turns into something. And hey, If mysteriously Andy Isabella was able to figure it out now, I'd be more than happy to say I'm wrong. I will be more than happy to come back and say I am wrong. But as of right now, I do feel like this is kind of a wasted draft pick. But if he can flash and he can get us just positive plays, that's what we need, positive plays, people. We need him being able to run, get separation from the defender, catch the ball, make positive plays, be the wide receiver that we were hoping we were drafting. That's it. And I promise you, the money will come. I promise you. It doesn't help if it's just 1 year, because technically they might sign you to a prove it deal. I'm not even saying that Eddie Isabella's contract is up yet, but it just looks kind of weird when players mysteriously figure it out when contracts are up or whatever. But still, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent there. I do that from time to time, but he's got to do better. Okay. Now the next aspect that I want to talk about is this. The Cardinals offensive line did a very good job last night of playing without committing penalties. One of the main things that I notice about the Cardinals offensive line in general a lot of times is this. In high pressure situations and sometimes even in low pressure situations, tons of penalties, holding, neutral zone infraction, or whatever, offsides, whatever you want to call it. Tons of them in a game. But last night they did very well. Once again, I know it's the preseason, but this is how you want to set the tone. Offensive line doing their job. I do believe McSorley was only sacked either once or twice. I can live with that. It's good. It's good. Not that he got sacked, but it's good what I saw last night. Speaking of the offensive lines were making holes for running back Keontae Ingram, which is awesome. He was running with physicality, which is great because that's what we need. Because we need another guy that can run with physicality behind James Conner. That is very important. Physicality, running the ball up the field, just getting positive yardage, that's all. 3 yards here, 4 yards here, it adds up over time. Just be physical. Please be willing to run through the defender. That's all I ask. I want that safety. I want that linebacker to be afraid to try to come up and tackle you. I want that safety, that linebacker, that defensive end to be worried about coming up and tackling you because he knows he's going to get a lick. He's trying to dish out a lick, but you're going to give him a lick. That's what is needed. But I am very happy with that. At halftime, the Cardinals had 60 rushing yards, which was great, to the Bengals 23. Defensively, the Cardinals had 2 strip sacks. I do believe both of them were by Victor Dimekeji, if I hope I'm saying the name right. But yeah, I was very happy with the 2 strip sacks. It just seems like the Cardinals were very active. Now, on the flip side, the Cincinnati Bengals had a lot of penalties, holding the Cardinals defensive players, because this is what happens when you are active. This is what happens when you come off the ball with force. You force the opposing player to, number 1, be in the right place at the right time. Number 2, if they are not ready for you, to hold or to face mask you or to do something. This is how the Cardinals defense needs to play all the time. Now, I will say this, during that game, I was listening. We do need our safeties to be willing to come up and play with more physicality, because I do believe there was some plays going on where the safety didn't come up and make the play. You need to play more. You need to play with a little bit more aggression, more physicality. But I do believe that'll come with time. But we cannot afford for our defense to get lax because people will run all over us. So we got to be careful of that. Um, I I got to mention this part. Um, Andre Bocelli, not the singer, but the wide receiver for the Cardinals. He got carted off the field. Been hearing a lot of good things about him in training camp, so I hope that whatever it is, it doesn't take too long. But whenever a player gets carted off the field, usually it isn't good, and usually it is an extensive process for him to come back. So I'm wishing him the very best. Okay. One last thing I want to go over is this. And I know it's almost like I'm pouring a bucket of water on what happened yesterday, but I feel like it kind of needs to be said. I don't know exactly why Kyler Murray was calling plays. I don't really know exactly what he has done to actually earn that spot. I don't really know what he has done to actually deserve being the highest paid, one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the game. I understand that this is pay for play. I understand that if I'm not willing to pay you, you're not willing to play. I get it. Or you're willing to go play for somebody else who is willing to pay it. But at the same time, I don't really understand exactly why Kyler Murray was on the sidelines calling any plays. You haven't earned that right. You're not a Tom Brady. You're not a Peyton Manning. You're not even Patrick Mahomes. And I know that once again I know that I'm kind of throwing a bucket of dirty water on this video, but guys, we got to be very careful of just allowing him to have all of this free reign, but yet we've seen very little playoffs. This is the first year they've made the playoffs. But other than that, and I was honestly thinking to myself this entire video, do I want to bring that up? I want to bring it up because I want to be honest with you guys. I do want to thank anybody that does watch this video. Just so you know, once again, I am an Arizona Cardinals season ticket holder. I do not know how many games I'm going to be able to go to this year because I am working quite a bit. Once again, I am a Phoenix Suns season ticket holder as well. This past year, I missed, I want to say, over half the games because I just didn't have the time. And to an extent, it might not have even been a good idea to actually even had purchased that because of all the stuff that I am doing right now. But it seemed like a good idea at the time. And it has really nothing to do with the team itself, but it's just that I don't really have the time. That's the main thing. And I don't mean to say so much, and I don't mean to look away from the camera so much. But yeah. So what I am going to do is this. I am going to do a video before the next game. And this is a pretty big game coming up for the Cardinals. Because believe it or not, we're playing who? The Baltimore Ravens. And I am originally from Baltimore. To an extent, I am a Ravens fan. I was more of a Ravens fan back when they had Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis was the guy, the dude. Especially when they won the Super Bowl. That was some awesome stuff. But yeah, once again, I am very happy about the Cardinals winning that preseason game. And the main reason why that game against the Ravens is so big is because the Ravens have like a crazy undefeated preseason game winning streak that I would love for the Cardinals to be able to beat them. But at the same time, it is the preseason. But it would be very interesting. I am going to do a video before the game, and I'm going to basically do a video at the end of the game as well. The video at the end of the game is going to be a little bit interesting. Please just give me some time with that. I want it to be kind of special, but you're gonna be able to see the field and everything, at least for like maybe 15-20 seconds. I'm not gonna ruin the entire surprise, but no, don't worry, no players are gonna be in this or anything like that. I'm not gonna have. It's not like Cliff Kingsbury is gonna be in the video or anything like that, but you are gonna see the final minutes of the game, whether it is whether we win or lose. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate anybody that has watched my videos so far. I feel like this has actually been my best video because of the fact that I had so many different bulletin points that I could point to, from Greg Dortch to Andy Isabella to the Kyler Murray part, all of that. So, yeah. Guys, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching the Power Sports channel. Please be mindful of this as well. I might be changing the name of this channel because I thought there wasn't many channels named Power Sports, but I will let you know what I change it to. Thank you. Have a good night.